Welcome back. It is yours truly, Nick of Movie AV Impulse, and it is the year 2023. So, first, I would like to say Happy New Year's Day to everybody, and I hope that you had a great night celebrating New Year's Eve and that you didn't get too trashed and you are not waking up with a huge hangover. Anyways, it's just what people like to do. We all like to have fun and kind of just flush away whatever bad things were in 2022 and try to bring out good things for 2023. So I am going to start out with a rant. This is going to be a permanent segment for my channel, and I absolutely love doing these videos. Yes, they are my lowest rated videos as far as views go, but I absolutely love doing this because again, I don't want to stop bringing you actual good movies that are, in a technical sense, B movies, but they are so great and they deserve to be watched and viewed. A lot of people have letterboxes and they just, they rate all these popular movies because it's the popular thing to do. Well, I don't want to always be in the popular zone. I want to be known for, hey, this guy actually has some pretty good movies that we should probably check out. Just like back in October, I brought a whole bunch of horror movies that are really good, but they're B movies and they fly right under that radar. So today I am going to talk about a hood movie that is not only inspirational, but it took place in my home state, which is Massachusetts, and it took place in Roxbury. This movie is based on four friends, and it's about time we talk about it, and maybe you should give it a shot. And I want to talk about why it deserves your review. Craig Ross Jr., I know that, you may not be able to bring us a 4K cut, but at least bring us a Blu-ray. This is one of the beautiful things about physical media is that I'm not the only collector. There are millions of us, and all it takes is one good review or a few good reviews, and I'm hoping that if you haven't seen this movie, you actually watch it and give it a good rating, and we get that inspiration to maybe push you forward into getting a 4K release. But I will settle for a Blu-ray release. Yes, I own it on DVD, as you can see right here, but I would really, really love that 4K restoration. So without any further ado, let's talk about Blue Hill Avenue. Let's talk about Blue Hill Avenue. Yes, this takes place in Massachusetts, Roxbury to be exact, and it is one of those hood movies that definitely deserves a Blu-ray at least restoration. I would love to see a 4K. Well, this is one of those movies that was very inspirational, especially watching it at the time when I did. It takes place with four friends, Tristan, who is the brains of the operation, Simon, who is the muscle, Money, who is, basically, what he says is get money, and then E-Bone, who is kind of in between. He just likes the luxury, he likes the lifestyle. So, in real life, you really do get these kind of people in every clique. Like for me, I ran with a crew, back home, me and my best friends. We basically made our own gang. And, I was the one that just wanted to be a pretty boy. Watching movies like this, you kind of relate to them and it hits a little bit harder. Now, I'm not necessarily saying that you had to grow up in the hood or you had to grow up in the ghetto to appreciate these movies. But when you watch Blue Hill Avenue, you start to see the direction, especially with the cinematography, that Craig Ross was trying to take this movie in. You've got the four friends, and then you got Benny, who is like the guy that runs everything. Now, you get to see what's going on, and then it brings you a flashback into when they were kids, and it shows you from there them progressing and growing up and starting off in the weed game. And how they actually started off was they ripped off a dealer and they ended up getting away. And Tristan, who is the brains of the operation, said, hey, instead of smoking this, let's start selling it. And they start hustling it off in high school. And they go from having nothing to having almost everything. So when you look at things of that nature, you start to appreciate movies like this, where when my son gets a little bit older, I'm going to show him this movie. This movie not only has everything you want in a movie between corruption, double crossing, triple crossing, but in the middle of the movie, these four best friends, you start to not know who you can actually trust, because Benny, the guy who runs everything, he wants them to shut down their whole Blue Hill Avenue operation. And, they're not really having it. They don't want to, because that's where they make the most money, hence the name Blue Hill Avenue. And they make so much money off of this block that they're like, listen, you got to give up something if you want us to quit. So in the middle of all this, not only do you find out that, you got Benny trying to come after them, you have, crackheads that are trying to rob them all the time because they're fiending. So, and then you have cops that are being corrupted, and you have just friends in their inner circle, including themselves, that are one's trying to get out, the other one doesn't want to get out, the other one is like, hey, let's follow this guy, and then the other one's like, look, I don't even have enough money to get out of this game, so I need to keep making the money. So you really kind of see where all the dynamics of these characters go, because not all of them think the same. One's smart, he invests his money. Another one just goes out and blows his money. Another one just wants to look like the pretty boy and also blows his money. And then the other one does the same thing, doesn't invest anything, doesn't want to go further in life. He just wants to stay on the block and make money. And there's really no future in it. And you kind of see that. So even in this movie, like Tristan's wife, he don't even know if he can trust her, because it starts to get to that point, and they were together since high school. It's movies like this that I feel like deserve to be shown in their best potential, their best quality that they can. Now, I will tell you, some of the fight scenes, like action sequences in this movie, you can tell that this was a B movie. Especially like in the opening, there's a basketball scene where the kids are playing basketball and they get into a fight. Now you can tell the way that Craig kind of like moves the camera that, he doesn't want you to see the kids actually taking a blow, because they're not. So, you have to kind of look past the imperfections of the movie. But to me, sometimes those imperfections are what makes a movie great. This movie is definitely worth your watch, your investment, no matter how much time. This is, I believe, like just shy of like 2 hours, but it's such a crazy twist. And at the end, it's like, who can you really trust? Who's going to live? Who's going to survive? Who ends up getting killed? Who double crosses who triple crosses who? Because there's more than just a double cross in this movie. There's triple crosses too. So anyways, I hope this video inspired you to at least go watch it. While I don't have any affiliate links, because I'm still trying to figure that out. I don't know. I can't do it, but I'm still going to post a link down below to Amazon to buy this movie. It is definitely worth, having in your collection if it is never released on Blu-ray or 4K. But I am begging you, Craig Ross Jr., if you are by any chance come across this, please get the old crew together. Like, if you are gonna try to do a restoration, give us a couple of the new bonus features, some interviews of like now, where these actors took their careers after this movie. And it truly is a great production, especially for the budget that you had, and I respect it. The only thing is that opening music, that opening scene, that's the only part of the movie that the music really didn't fit too well. But everything else, was orchestrated very well. So everybody just kind of get through that first scene with the song, and I guarantee you'll end up loving this movie as much as I do. Plus, like I said, it takes place in my home state, and I like doing these rants. This is going to be a permanent thing on my channel. So anyways, come Wednesday, I will have another top 5 for you. And speaking of top 5s, I have 4 guests so far booked up for January and February. I'm still waiting on confirmation from a few others, but I am super excited to bring you the new guest that I have. Especially one, he is going to be starting up his own channel, and I really think he's going to take off. So shout out to you, Corey. And I mean, I've got some plans, some big plans for 2023, and hopefully grow. Like I said, please just hit that like button. You don't have to subscribe, but I hope you do, because we got some things coming in 2023. I will see y'all on Wednesday.
Thank you. You love me. You really love me. You're not going anywhere.